Hi, I wonder if you're feeling some of the really big changes happening at the moment. I have been reflecting recently on the way that I tend or have tended to react to change. And it got me to thinking this morning about the little piece that I learned about neuroscience many years ago when I was learning about the effects of trauma. And I remembered that our brain likes to take the path of least resistance. It has a really big job to do. When I think about all of the ways that the brain takes care of things without me even thinking about it. It takes care of my respiration, my breathing, my circulation, my bones, my blood, my lymphatic system, my senses, my feelings, my emotions, my thoughts. It has this huge orchestra inside me to conduct, and it does its job really, really well. Even when I don't keep out of the way so it can, it still does its job to the best of its ability. And I always found that difficult to recognize and acknowledge. And so in the journey that I call life, that I've been taking, particularly the last 20 years, I've been learning how to acknowledge and recognize that, and also how to have compassion, gratitude, and awareness around that. When I change something, like just then, my eyes went to one side because I was thinking, which is, that's how the body acts. And if I decide to change that eye movement to an eye movement that I've never made before, let's say, then if I've never made that eye movement before, then my brain actually goes, oh, hang on a minute, that's different. And it interrupts the music that the brain is orchestrating and stops the band. And so then the brain goes, oh, hang on a minute, let's start another piece, or let's pick up where we were left off. And for most of the time, it would prefer to start where it left off. It's got a lot to do. It's really busy. And I'm sure most of us can really understand that. So the brain likes to just go back to what it was doing and not be interrupted. And with that in mind, I then began to notice and learn that it's like that all the time. If I think about the hundreds, thousands of times a day that I change my mind, or that I stop what I'm doing and start doing something else, that I flit around from one thing to another because I've changed my mind. Each time I change my mind, I've interrupted the music. And so my brain has to make a choice of whether to pick up where it left off or start a whole new musical score. And if it has to start a whole new musical score, for the brain, that can mean having to start from the start. So if I pick up a piece of music and try and play it and I don't know what I'm doing, it gets pretty noisy, awkward, and my ego goes into lots of tantrums and fits of anger because I feel stupid and don't know what I'm doing. But if I practice and persevere, eventually I can start to be able to play that piece of music, or at least feel like I'm getting somewhere. And if I keep practicing, I might get really good at playing that piece of music. If I practice and make practice my focus and exclude everything else, then I might actually be able to master that piece. And if I keep practicing, I might be able to master music. I hope that's an analogy that makes sense to you. That's how our brain works. So when I do something different, anything at all, my brain goes, hang on a minute, you just interrupted my flow. But if it's something brand new, like learning a new language, or like not reacting the same way I always have before to something that happens or to something that someone says or does, then my brain might go into a panic, or my brain might be okay, but my cells might go into a panic because the conductor stopped and the cells don't know what they're doing. So until the brain, the conductor, picks up the baton again and says, okay, we're going to either start a whole new piece or we're just going to pick up where we left off, all of the systems of my body are in limbo, going, what do we do? What do we do? Because they need a leader. They need a conductor. And so I wanted to share this with you today because I've been becoming really aware of it again, because I've changed the ways that I react to things through getting comfortable with my emotion. That now, I had a really big week this week, and a part of the bigness of that week was allowing myself to not react to it the same way that I have done before. And I reacted totally differently from a place of peace and calm and compassion and understanding for what was happening and for myself. And so then suddenly I had these big globs, oh my God, you can't react that way, and trying to pull me back into old ways of reacting. But I recognized that that's okay. That's just a part of the process that needs to occur. I'm okay. All of me is okay. And I'm okay because I'm learning to understand this and look at it from the perspective that feels most comfortable for me to look at it from, which is neuroscience. And so throughout this week, although things have felt pretty huge, for the most part, I've been okay with them too. There have been moments where I sort of dropped the ball, everything felt too much, and then I went, you know what, it's okay. I've got this, and everything is perfect exactly as it is right now. And then I would just breathe and come back to a grounded space. I'm here in a physical body on the earth, living life. I don't need to worry about any more than that right in this moment. And once I did that, I then found that space inside me that feels safe to be one with that belief, to just let go of everything else, breathe that in and be in it. And that then enabled me to come out of the space and go, okay, I don't need to do anything. It's all under control. My brain is playing the same piece of music, just picking up where it left off. But it's made a few changes. There's a few new notes now. There's a few new instruments. And it's actually a more beautiful piece of music now because of that. So I'm going to leave it there, but I just wanted to reach out and let you know, if you feel like you're having a really big week, just take a moment to check within yourself, to really focus into your breath. Just allowing your breath in and allowing your breath out. And noticing for you, what is it, if there's anything, that gives you a sense of, I'm safe right now. Whether it's getting grounded, whether it's getting ungrounded, whatever it is, try not to overthink it. Just be you and allow that to be enough, no matter what the reaction is you're having. Because it will pass, it will change, and you are on the exact right path for you. I trust that, even if you don't know how yet. For years and years, I couldn't trust it, and now I do, and it's all unfolding perfectly. I hope that you take one moment today to just breathe and remind yourself it's okay to be. It's okay to be me right here, right now. Thank you so much. See you later.